I use two methods to make my fabric labels for my handmade products. One is extremely cost effective and by far the quickest way to make my labels, and the other takes a lot more time and it costs more. So why would I ever choose the latter? The reason is you get a much higher quality fabric label, and some handmade products deserve more than just a label that's been printed onto transfer paper. You want to give your premium products a premium finish. Now, it certainly doesn't make sense to do this for all of your products because after all, handmade business owners don't have money to burn. So in this video, I'm going to show you when it's worth putting in that extra to create your fabric labels using vinyl versus when heat transfer paper is the better choice. Hi, I'm Lou. I make handbags, jewellery and accessories, and I share all of my beginner-friendly tips and tricks to help others get started with their hobbies or their small business ideas. So if you like what you see, please hit the subscribe button. I'm going to start with a comparison between both methods, looking at the setup, the cost, the application process, and the time that it takes to do this. And then I'll explain when it makes sense to use each method. Okay, let's start with the heat transfer paper. To get set up, you need a printer and your software to design your labels. Creating your fabric label template will take you anywhere from 20 minutes to an hour. And once that's done, you've essentially created a print ready file that you can just use over and over again. You could use a Word document to create your fabric label template, but I like to use Canva because it's got so much choice and flexibility and you can have a whole lot of fun with it. And if you want to see more on that, please check out my playlist. So now let's look at the cost. So the heat transfer paper really varies depending on the type of printer you've got, because that will determine what type of paper you're going to buy, and then the brand of paper that you're going to buy as well. I've got an EcoTank inkjet printer, and the paper that I buy ranges from about $20 for a 10 pack or $12 to $15 for a 5 pack. When I'm making my double-sided fabric labels, I can get around 48 labels onto one sheet of A4 transfer paper. So let's use the example of the transfer paper that cost me $20. If I can get 48 labels onto one sheet, then that's less than 5 cents per label. That's excluding the cost of my ribbon or my fabric that I use. I typically use this gross grain ribbon to make my double-sided fabric labels, and I cut my printed labels down into long strips and then I just iron that on. Now I use a mini heat press to do this, but you can actually use just your regular household iron. There's no reason why you couldn't do that. It doesn't need that much heat or even that much pressure. But it usually takes me around an hour to do 100 labels. And that's cutting everything down, getting everything lined up and heat pressed. It doesn't take too long to do the heat transfer paper labels. It's just a little bit tedious. Okay, so now let's compare this to the heat transfer vinyl. To get this set up, you're going to need a machine that can cut your vinyl and the software to where you can put your designs. So for me, that was the Cricut Joy Extra, and the software that I use is the Cricut Design Space. It's a bit different to the way that I use Canva because I don't actually design a label. I just upload my logo into the Cricut Design Space, remove the background, resize it, change it to a basic cut, and then just create a design where I can fit as many of those logos onto one sheet of vinyl. And when I say one sheet of vinyl, I just mean the size of the mat that feeds into the Cricut machine. So you can really get that done within about 30 minutes, and then you can save your project, reuse that again when you need to make more in the future. So let's look at the cost. Depending on what machine you've got, there's different types of heat transfer vinyl that you can buy. But I've always found the Cricut vinyl to be the best quality. So I don't buy any other brands anymore because I think the Cricut brand is the best for what I'm looking for. So I tend to buy the larger roll, and that costs me about $50. And then I cut that roll down into sheets that fit the size of my cutting mat, and I can get 12 sheets out of a big roll. When it comes to cutting my logo, I can get 21 logos onto one sheet. So that works out to be around 20 cents per logo, so 20 cents per label. So it's a lot more expensive than the heat transfer paper, but I wouldn't be making as many. So the application method is iron on, and for the heat transfer vinyl, you really don't want to use a household iron for this. You want to use a heat press. You can use a mini heat press if you've got a small logo, or you might just want to do lots of logos all together using a larger heat press. So to cut a sheet of 21 logos for me, that takes my Cricut machine about 25 minutes to do that. I then have to weed all of those logos out. My logo is a little bit intricate. So if you've just got plain text, then it'll be a lot easier to weed out. It probably takes me on average about 2 minutes to do one logo. But if you're doing that 21 or 42 times, you might want to have a little break in between. So it might take you a little bit longer. For the fabric, you've got a lot of flexibility here. This is where I love using the vinyl for the fabric labels, because you can use ribbon, you can most certainly do that. You can also use things like webbing, and then you can just use regular fabric. Now I tend to use my offcuts from my fabric, my scraps, and I sew them into little squares. I get 2 pieces that I place together and I sew them into squares and then flip them out the other side so there's no raw edges, and then I just press my logo down onto the top of the square piece of fabric. So if you make those, then obviously you'd have to factor in the time that it takes to sew the little squares together, but because I absolutely love sewing, I don't even take that into consideration. I actually like sitting there doing that as a little mini project. The time really comes into, as I've said, weeding out the logo, and then obviously you have to press it onto your fabric as well. So you want to make sure that you've got that nicely placed in the center. So take a bit of time to get that pressed in. I don't rush that at all because I've put a lot of effort into those labels, so I want to make sure that nicely pressed onto that fabric, and sometimes I press them twice because I really want that vinyl to be long lasting. Right, let's look at when you should use each method. For the heat transfer paper, it is great for your smaller products. Things like scrunchies, wristlets, little pouches, things that you can make lots of and you're looking to put a little bit of branding on there. And it's absolutely perfect for when you're getting started on a budget. It's fast to make, it's cheap, and it's really efficient. So when would you use the vinyl labels? These are best for your premium, labour-intensive products. So for me, that's my tote bags. They're the things that take me the longest to make, and I want to have a nicer label on them. The vinyl labels just look a little bit more expensive. And the good thing with your vinyl fabric labels is that your fabric label is a fabric label, unlike the heat transfer paper, where once you've ironed that over your piece of fabric, it's got that sort of plasticky texture to it. But your vinyl labels, only where your logo is pressed into that fabric do you have that sort of plasticky vinyl texture. The rest of it just feels like fabric, so it's got a much nicer feel to it. You can have all different colour vinyl for your text on your fabric label, and you can have a whole lot of fun with it, and you can even add graphics. So I really like to make my labels in black because I think it's different to what other people are doing. It's always nice to add that sort of unique finishing touch. So it might take a little bit longer and it might cost a little bit more, but it actually adds a much higher quality finish to your finished product. I actually use my Cricut machine for way more than labels, so I wouldn't go out buying a Cricut machine just to buy fabric labels, by the way. I'm not saying to anyone that you should do that. I use my Cricut machine for many, many different things, and you can make a ton of things with it. Now, if you want to see how you can make your fabric labels using Canva, then please check out my playlist. I've got tons of videos on how you can do that in multiple different ways, and I've even got videos as well on how I use the Cricut machine to add the vinyl to my fabric. So do check those out, and thank you for watching. I'll see you again in the next video.